Welcome back to Texas 10. I'm M'Lissa.
And I'm still Steve.
And we love Texas, and we travel all over Texas, and probably one of my favorite things since I was a tiny child is Tex Mex food.
Tex Mex. There's certain food groups in Texas. You got your barbecue, you've got your country cafe, you've got your Tex Mex.
Yeah, your
right?
Mexican food.
That's why we love eating in Texas.
Yes, you can tell.
Right, yes.
We love to eat. But we also want to share with you some of our favorites. And so we have a Texas 10 list. Get it? We're Texas 10. Mm-hmm. And so we have 10 of our favorite things. And today we're going to talk about our favorite Tex Mex restaurants.
Okay, and so no hate mail, right? Because this is our favorites. This is a hot button subject, right? It is hard to pick. And there are, I am certain, places. Well, first of all, how many Tex-Mex places are there in Texas? A billion?
We have not even scratched the surface. Right. And I've lived a long time in Texas. Just
in our hometown of Waco, there's many, many great ones. Shout out to Jorge's, by the way,
yes,
and La Fiesta, those two. Mm-hmm. And so this is by no means meant to be definitive. This is just informative. Right. And we have eaten at a lot of them in different places, so we thought you might want to know what some of our favorites are. So we're going to talk about a couple of them.
So I have to tell you, one of my favorites is in El Paso, Texas. It's LJ's. Oh my goodness. It is amazing. And it's, the thing is, it is about the food. Because a lot of people go to Mexican food places and they want to get their margaritas. Right. Well, you're not going to get that at LJ's.
Right. There are beer and wine and iced tea and that sort of stuff, but no alcohol or pure alcohol.
Right. But it is probably the best Mexican food I have ever had in my life. And I honestly, when we went to LJ's, it looks kind of, it's like in its original location, I think. It's got an old sign.
It's a working man's place.
Yeah, you walk up and you're like, okay, really? Is this going to be that good? Mm. Yes.
Well, so you should have known that because you grew up in a working man's family that enjoyed going to working man's, what were the places in San Antonio
that my dad went to? Right. Oh, there was, I can never remember the name of it, but it was deep in the downtown, and we would go, I cannot remember the name of it, but El Rancho's, Mi Tierra's, but anyway, we went to a lot. But LJ's, I think I had the enchiladas that night, and they were so good. I don't remember what you had.
It was Tex-Mex food. I remember that. What I do remember is they were prepared a little bit differently and with a little bit, and maybe that's just because it was El Paso versus San Antonio versus Laredo. All of those places have a slightly different take. And that was the first time we went to a non-chain in El Paso, and it was its own stuff. And man, was it good. It was prepared with care.
Yes, it was great. And the place was packed.
Right.
So that's one of our favorites.
And you mentioned one of the other, my favorite, okay?
I slipped it.
Well, that's okay. Mi Tierra's in San Antonio. Now, Mi Tierra's is a San Antonio institution. Most of you know San Antonio is a minority-majority city. It's Hispanics make up the majority of the town. And for a long time, the power center of the Hispanic community would meet at Mi Tierra's on Saturday mornings, and they would play what they called credit card roulette. And there'd be 60 of them, and whichever credit card the waitress pulled had to pay for the whole group. I've always loved that story.
We were never in that group.
No, we were never in that group. But that told you a little bit about how authentic it was. It has been there forever. It no longer is, but it used to be 24/7, 365.
364. They took off Christmas.
Okay, Christmas Day. And they had the Christmas, and they still have the Christmas decorations up all.
Well, and we went back for the first time in a long time about a year ago. Mm-hmm. And I was really kind of curious because it's become a real tourist destination too. It's in the market. People hear about Mi Tierra's, and oftentimes when it gets to that level, the food's just not as good. Mm-hmm. But I honestly think the food was better than I remembered.
It was really, really good. They've been doing it forever, and they've probably served more Tex-Mex meals than any establishment in San Antonio, for sure.
And bonus, you get lots of mariachis.
Right. You get the mariachis. They've got a great bar that's actually across from the restaurant. As M'Lissa mentioned, it's in El Mercado, the market, so you can go out and you can shop.
If you like Mexican pastries, they have a whole pastry section. But here's my advice to you. If you're going to rank Mexican food, you can't rank Tex-Mex without trying, you've got to try the enchiladas, whichever kind of enchiladas you want. If you want to go real authentic, you do cheese enchiladas just to see. The tamales.
Tamales, I'm a big tamale fan.
The tacos. And I'm going to say the chalupas. Now, there's been a real trend lately in a lot of Mexican foods where they're branching out a little bit on more of the street tacos, which I do love, and a lot of more Mexican fare, like with seafood. But I'm talking the staples. And then there's the tortillas.
That's the key.
Oh, and the hot sauce.
Well, I'm going to say the tortillas are the key.
Yes. In other words, we love Tex-Mex. So
Right.
travel Texas, and we want to hear what your favorite Tex-Mex place is, because I'm going to promise you I'll find it and I'll see if I agree.
Right. And so if you want to see what our 10 favorites are, and with maybe a couple of honorable mentions, just hang on. We'll list them at the end of this video. And then we explain more about our rationale for all of that at texas10.com and the article there and on our social media spaces. So please go to those and respond to them, right? Because as M'Lissa said, we would love nothing more than you to tell us we have missed a great Tex-Mex place, because we're going there.
Yes, we have to vet it.
Right. Okay.
I mean, it's our responsibility. as
It's our
Texas
job.
kids.
It is our job.
Gotta vet.
Right. Okay. Thanks so much for watching. We will see you at your favorite Tex-Mex space, hopefully in the near future.
Thanks.
Bye.